I find the most challenging aspect for me to be the kind of dual vision that I have to have. That on the one hand, I was educated in the rabbinic world and the rabbinic mindset. I love the Torah. I love the whole Bible. I love the Talmud. I've dedicated a lot of my academic life to Midrash. It's a very important piece of who I am. And at the same time, I've spent a lot of my life looking for women's spiritual history, for things on the margins, for the religious lives of women that are not about texts or about those texts or about mainstream religious practice, and that were often belittled. And there's a piece of me that feels like I have a different history. I come with different spiritual baggage because I'm a woman. I've invested in the generations of women and the ways that women have been spiritual people and spiritual leaders. And sometimes those two things conflict a lot for me. I'll never forget reading for the first time, and this was late in my rabbinical school education, reading The Descent of Inanna, which is a Sumerian story about a goddess who visits the underworld. And her womanhood is very much part of the story, and thinking, I have never read anything like this in my tradition. I've never read anything where a woman was so clearly and fully the center of a narrative. This is really hard. It's really hard to go back now and re-enter my civilization and not feel disappointed. And that has been perhaps not the most practical thing that has been difficult about being a woman rabbi, but in my heart, that's the most difficult thing, is trying to see those two histories at the same time and see them both as valuable.